What mic are you using, Phoebe?
My mic? Oh, God, what is it? It's a fucking... Where is it? I gotta find it again. It's a Shure mic.
Oh, okay. Is it by your keyboard? Because it sounds like it's right next to your keyboard.
Oh, sorry. I was typing it announce with the... I forgot my it's right above my keyboard currently.
Gotcha. I was like,
oh, sorry.
what is happening? Right? I was like, maybe.
I was typing it announce with the... I forgot it's right
keyboard.
above my keyboard currently.
Gotcha. I was like,
oh, sorry.
what is happening? Right? I was like,
all right. Welcome to Rise of the Rulelords, playing Playtest. I am your humble host, Pete, your nefarious and duplicitous Rulelord, and I am very excited to have this PaizoCon special where I'm going to have 3 contestants trying to figure out which rules are which. Are they from the newly released remaster of Pathfinder Second Edition? Or are they from Legacy Pathfinder that so many of us know so well? Or am I going to be a tricky little bastard and throw a couple of attacks of or reactive strikes of opportunity at them? We will have to find out in just a second. But first, I'm going to talk about me as the host. In case this is your first time being on this channel or interacting with any of my stuff, I host a podcast called Rise of the Rulelords. Have several different shows on there, but you can find it on Spotify as well as Apple Podcasts. With the end of Google Podcasts, as Google is wont to do, I am also starting to upload episodes from the backlog onto this YouTube channel. They are going to have the transcripts on them for those of you who need to be able to see what words I'm saying. So expect to see those more often, as well as occasionally a little bit more content with my face. If you like what you see on here, make sure to follow me on Blue Sky at ruler2e.com. And if you really like what you see, you can go to Ko-Fi/Rulelord2e and help me fund a project that I am working on. This is a passion project of mine. An adventure, my first foray into the published Pathfinder world, called Journey into the Painted Caldera. It's going to be a level 4 through 7 adventure where you, the adventuring party, are going to go down into a dead volcano, a prehistoric landscape full of technicolored dinosaurs. And the question is, are you going to be able to stop the poachers who are trying to cause them to go extinct once again? This is something I've had in the works for a long time, and all of the proceeds are going to go to paying the artists a fair wage. So please check out the Ko-Fi and help me make this dream a reality. But that is enough about me. Right now, though, we are going to introduce our contestants. So joining me today, we have 3 incredible members of the PaizoVerse. First off, the first ever PaizoVerse VTuber talking about rules, lore, and sometimes even on actual plays, Phoebe Bane. Hello, Phoebe. How are you doing?
Hi. I'm doing great. How are you?
We've talked. I am nervous as hell. But our next contestant is Jake the DM, an online content creator you will most likely know from Game Gordon and his show What We Know on Althaven, where he talks about TTRPGs and video game news. Hello, Jake.
hey, how are you going? How are you going? How are you doing? What the hell?
And then a very last-minute addition, another incredible person. I listen to her podcast all the time. Dice Don't Die ex-host, Beth Perrin. Hi, Beth. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, of course.
She is also a co-host on one of my spin-off shows called Review of the Rulelords, where we go over third-party projects and different classes and treat them the same as Paizo classes. Unfortunately, because of the last-minute change, I don't have her name card, but she is Beth, uses she, her pronouns, and Beth, what is your social media for people who want to follow you after this?
Yeah, so mostly I'm just on Twitter, for better or worse, under Fatality, spelled with a PH instead of an F.
Gotcha.
And I'll put that in the chat.
All right. So, before we get into the questions, I want to establish, what do you guys know about Pathfinder rules and lore? You all are very prevalent members of the PaizoVerse. So I want to gauge from you, from untrained to legendary, what do you think is your proficiency with rules knowledge?
I mean, untrained right off the bat.
I would like to say master. I run, at one point I was running 4 games a week. So, like, I'd like to be able to say that I know the rules as a GM, but we're going to go real conservative and say trained.
Gotcha. And what about you, Phoebe?
I want to master because that's my job to tell people about the rules, but at the same time, I'm very forgetful, and I'm not good at memorizing a lot of them a lot of the time. So maybe expert.
Maybe expert? All right. Well, in my definition of what a true rule lord is, I do not think you have to memorize the rules, and I don't think you have to rigidly enforce them either. I think it is having the wisdom to be able to go on to Pathfinder Nexus or Archives of Nethys and look up rules when you think you might be wrong or have a question. As it should be in life, you are going to get further if you know where to look for these things rather than just trying to go off the top of your dome. But that is not the game today. Today we are seeing how much you can remember of the Pathfinder rules, and more specifically, if you can spot where they are different than what they currently are today. So, to get into the rules. I am going to give you 4 different categories that you're going to be able to select from. First is Pathfinder Remaster. If you think that rule that I put up is from the remaster, that's what you'll say at the end of a 15-second thinking period. There's also Pathfinder Legacy. These are rules mostly from the OGL, the latest publication being the 7 Dooms for Sandpoint adventure. But that is basically everything prior to this year from the publication of the Orc license. I'm also going to be throwing in some Pathfinder playtest rules. These can come from anything from the original Pathfinder Second Edition playtest to Battle Cry, even. So you'll need to keep an eye out for that. And finally, we can't talk about Pathfinder without talking about real Pathfinder for some people. First edition.
Oh no.
Oh, that killed me.
You just made a bunch of nerds really, really mad.
And then, of
I
course,
love it.
I might have a couple of surprises thrown in that I'm calling reactive strikes of opportunity. But each of you also, as per Pathfinder rules, has a hero point that you can use. If you really think that you should have gotten that question right, and you want to use a hero point, then we'll consider that wrong answer to be a correct one and give you the point. So each of you essentially has a free point, or if you happen to get everything correct, you might just get one more better than everybody else if you save that until the end. So before we begin, do any of you have any questions about any of these rules?
No questions, just that I will probably use the hero point just like I use the hero point in game, which is I will forget that it exists until after the session.
I'll use it like I use mine in real life and use my first miss and then cry that I don't have it later.
And I'm assuming, Pete, that you're going to be like every GM and never hand them out ever.
Yeah, at the start of my games, I usually give out 2 hero points for exactly that reason, because I just forget. Usually, though, if a player does something like, save a family of puppies or, something super heroic, then I'll remember, oh, yeah, that deserves a hero point. But anyway, so yes, there are going to be lots of questions for you to answer, lots of opportunities for you to get above your other players. The real question is this going to be a massive embarrassment for me and you happen to know every single answer, or will I be able to stump you? So without further ado, let's find out.
Call me Stumpy, because that's who I am. All right.
Here is our first question. The first rule of Pathfinder, at the very start of the core rulebook. The first rule of Pathfinder is this game is yours. Use it to tell the stories you want to tell and be the character you want to be, and share exciting adventures with friends. If any other rule gets in the way of your fun, as long as your group agrees, you can alter or ignore it to fit your story. The true goal of Pathfinder is for everyone to enjoy themselves. So, contestants, you've got 15 seconds to think. Is this from the Remastered, Legacy, or one of the other books? Okay. Jake, what is your answer?
Legacy.
Legacy? Phoebe?
I want to say Legacy as well.
And Beth?
Remaster.
Remastered? Well, all of you are right.
Oh.
This
Did you
rule...
just give us a freebie?
I just gave you a freebie because I'm just that nice of a GM. This rule has gone unchanged in both the Legacy and Remastered editions. Word for word the same, and it is the words that every true Rule Lord will live by. So, gonna give each of you 1 point.
That was you were talking about the hero point, giving everyone a hero point for free. That's what this was.
That's what this one was. Yep.
I was really afraid it would have been like a single wording change. Be like, yes. Did he change the word fun for something else?
Well, those are on the table. Just keep that in mind.
Oh no!
Okay, next question. Off guard. You're distracted or otherwise unable to focus your full attention on defense. You take a -2 penalty to AC. Some effects that give you the off-guard condition only to certain creatures or against certain attacks. Others, especially conditions, can make you off guard against everything. If a rule doesn't specify that the condition applies only to a certain circumstance, it applies to all of them, such as the target is off guard. Okay. What do you think, contestants? 15 seconds.
Oh, this is the playtest.
This is the playtest? All right.
Yeah. I think there's something about this that didn't actually go live.
Beth says playtest. Jake, what do you say?
I have to go. I have to go with playtest. Off guard is I'm gonna be quiet of why.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Phoebe.
I'm dumb, and I'm going to say the remaster, because that's the only way I know Off Guard is from.
You are right, Phoebe. This is
let's
from
go!
the remaster. It used to be called, as many of us know, flanking. But not flanking, flat-footed. That has recently changed to Off Guard because it's too similar to a game published by a bunch of douchebags.
So I thought maybe you had modified that last sentence. That if a rule doesn't specify the condition applies only in certain circumstances, it applies to all of them. I thought you added that. Or that was from the playtest.
No, that is part of the rules written in Player Core.
And the reason I thought it was the remaster is 1 minus 2, which means it has to be from the newer edition. Can't be Pathfinder 1 because those numbers were ridiculous. And 2, I don't remember ever hearing the words off guard ever. So that's how familiar with the remaster I am.
Yep. It still takes me a little bit to not say flat-footed, but off guard is the new word for it. All right.
I had to train myself to do nothing but saying reactive strike and Off Guard, because all my teaching streams have to be like, I can't say this anymore. I don't want to give people wrong info. I can't say this anymore.
Well, that's good for you. All right. Our next question. The Leshy stats. Size small, +2 to con, +2 to wisdom, -2 to intelligence, a speed of 20 feet, and they have dark vision. So I'll give you 15 seconds to think about that. And by the way, if you ever feel like you know it, you don't have to wait the full 15 seconds. I just want to give this opportunity for you. All right. Jake, where do you think this is from?
I'm gonna say just say the normal one, the legacy.
Legacy? Okay.
Yeah.
The normal one.
Again, Stumpy is my name, so.
No worries. Phoebe, what do you think?
The Legacy one.
Legacy as well? Beth?
I am also going to say legacy. That -2 int really gives it away.
Well, you would think, but you would all be wrong. This comes from Pathfinder First Edition.
No! It's a 20-foot speed, isn't it?
Yep. As well
I
as
thought
they have low light vision in both the remaster and core rather than dark.
Not dark vision.
They were first introduced as a playable, in their terms, race back during Nature Unleashed. Crap, I have it in my notes.
I was like, that 20 speed is weird. I might be remembering them wrong. They might be dwarves now. No, I'm dumb.
Ultimate Wilderness. That's the one that they came from. So, no points this time, unfortunately. But there will be plenty of other opportunities to make up for it. Such as in our next question. Chase. Each obstacle requires a certain number of chase points to overcome, typically 1 per party member for a standard obstacle, though particularly challenging obstacles might require more, listed in an obstacle's chase points entry. Typically, there are multiple ways to overcome an obstacle. For example, characters could evade a guard or bribe them to look away. Each approach typically requires a skill check or a perception check, but sometimes a saving throw, an attack roll, or something even more unusual, like casting a certain spell, listed in the obstacles overcome entry. Got 15 seconds to consider where this might come from.
The only time I'm going to be bold, playtest.
Playtest? All right.
I want to say the Legacy.
Legacy? And Beth.
And I'm going to say rework.
The rework, the remaster?
Or remaster, yeah.
This is from Legacy. So, was that Jake? Jake, I thought you said playtest, right?
I did say playtest. That's why I was upset.
I thought you were celebrating for a second.
No. I was mad.
So we're at 3 points for Phoebe. Well done, Phoebe. Bet your following is proud of you. In fact, the wording for Chase has changed so radically that it's hard to even figure out what the exact difference is. Question 5. Vildervan, or Vilderoven, Soul Eater, Necromancy Occult. If the Vilderoven kills a humanoid target with a critical hit using their jaw strike, they rip out and devour the target's heart and soul as part of the attack. While the target is dead, the Vilderoven, I'm going to say that wrong every time, can change shape into the target's form, gaining a +4 status bonus to deception checks to impersonate the target. If magic would resurrect the creature, the caster must succeed at a DC 34 counteract check to extract the target's soul from the Vildervan. Otherwise, the spell fails. And in case you need to remember what exactly that is, it's this fella.
Oh, I love those guys.
All right, so what is up with this stat block? Is it remaster? Is it legacy? It's time for answers now. Jake, what do you think?
I'm gonna say legacy because I don't remember them being in the remaster, the one book that's been released.
Legacy. All right.
Yeah.
Phoebe.
I'm going to say legacy.
Legacy as well. And Beth.
Same actually.
This creature appears in both Legacy and the remaster with the latest monster core, but this stat block is from Legacy with the exception of necromancy, because spell schools are no longer part of Pathfinder
That's
Remastered.
right.
I didn't even pay attention to that part.
That was good.
I just
got
remember them from
me.
not Monster Core, from the Bestiary 3 because I fought one like 4 sessions ago in my
Oh,
home
man.
game. Oh, I'm scared now. I gotta think of the words again.
gotta
We
pay
locked into that
attention.
one.
All right, so we're at 2, 4, and 2.
Oh,
Our next question.
I'm scared.
Reposition. Requirements. You either have at least one hand free or you're grabbing or restraining the target. The target can't be more than one size larger than you. You muscle a creature or object around. Attempt an athletics check against the target's fortitude DC. Critical success. You move the creature up to 10 feet. It must remain within your reach during this movement, and you can't move it into or through obstacles. Success. You move the target up to 5 feet. It must remain within your reach during this movement, and you can't move it into or through obstacles. And critical failure. The target can move up to 5 feet as though it successfully repositioned you. Where could this be? Could this be something that came from first edition? Now the players are having to think.
Okay.
Don't say that.
Okay, I feel like I have to give reasoning behind my decision making. So I'm going to say it is from first edition, and the only reason I say that, oh god, I'm going to be so bad at this game, is because we have had conversations with Jason Pullman about movement and about moving people, because they said that they didn't want to implement it in second edition because if you move someone, you could theoretically move them off of a cliff and just kill them, and they wanted to avoid that. That is my really, really bad remembering of a conversation and not actual rules, and that should explain to you how bad and how horrible I'm going to do.
Okay. So Jake is saying first edition. Phoebe, what do you say?
The remaster.
The remaster?
You're
'Cause I don't
probably
think they
right.
used fort DCs in the first edition.
And Beth.
I am also going to say remaster, not because of the fort DC thing, but the critical success. There
Oh
weren't
yeah,
There weren't specific like
Damn, see
points
again.
like that.
I'm bad at this game.
Phoebe and Beth, you are both right. In fact, this is a brand new action that did not even appear in Legacy.
I had
used it
somebody
so much.
literally just bring this up in a game, being like, "Is this new?" And I was like, "I think it's new. I haven't seen it before."
Could it easily? The whole critical success really should have just made me know that. I'm so bad at this game.
That's okay. We're all learning.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
All right.
I've used it to throw people off cliffs. They were right to fear it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, technically, this makes more sense because that like the transition of teams and stuff like that with the Paizo. But anyway, sorry, keep going. Next
Here's
question.
the thing, but is off the cliff still allowed if you consider off a cliff difficult terrain?
Is it difficult terrain or an obstacle? Like I don't
One or
know.
the other. I would say as a GM, I would make one of those rules so you couldn't throw somebody off a cliff.
Also,
That's
I would
neat.
allow it to happen once.
It does say you can't move it into or through obstacles. So obstacle is not a defined term. So it really, just depends on the GM's preference. One of my games did let player reposition a enemy into the water because it's not really a obstacle. It's something they can get out of, but it did provide the player a very distinct advantage with aquatic combat and all of that stuff.
Makes sense.
Now we move on to question 7. Recall knowledge. You attempt a skill check to try to remember a bit of knowledge regarding a topic related to that skill. Suggest which skill you'd like to use and ask the GM one question. The GM determines the DC. You might need to collaborate with the GM to narrow down the question or skills. And you can decide not to recall knowledge before committing to the action. If you can't or don't like your options, I might have copied and pasted that last bit of the rule. But with critical success, you recall knowledge accurately. The GM answers your question truthfully and either tells you additional information or context or answers one follow-up question. Success, you recall the knowledge accurately. The GM answers your question truthfully, or critical failure, you recall incorrect information. The GM answers your question falsely, which is something they are able to do with it being a secret check. All right, so where did this come from, you guys? Got a couple more seconds to think.
I'm gonna say Legacy. I don't think they changed it. I hope they don't change it because I like it.
What about you, Phoebe?
I'm going to say Legacy because I know they changed it. They made it better.
They did make it better, in my opinion. What about you, Beth?
I'm sitting here thinking this may be a gotcha.
A what? A gotcha?
A gotcha.
Ah.
I'm gonna say playtest.
Playtest. Interesting.
Yeah, because I think they changed that question part.
In fact, it has changed radically, as this is the remaster.
Oh God! Ugh.
So this is the new one.
Yeah, specifically, crap. Was it the remaster? Yes.
All right, now I'm fact checking you.
No,
I'm going to
yeah.
archives
Okay,
right now.
I think I put the wrong thing. That was Legacy. This that I'm displaying right now is Pathfinder Remaster, which adds parts about suggesting the skill you'd like to use with the GM and collaborating with them. So
I got one right.
you did.
Technically.
Actually, no. So this is the remaster. What I did was I used this to underline the changed parts. So yes, this is the remaster version. I got my editing right. So
Yeah,
that
you did.
is
Okay,
another
cool.
point for Beth, or not Beth. Phoebe. I wish I could give you the point, Beth.
No, I don't deserve it.
Question 8. Dual gate. Your inner gate is a harmonious conduit between two planes, allowing you to combine their elements. Select 2 elements. You can channel these elements and also gain 2 first-level impulse feats. One with the trait of the first element and one with the trait of the other. So where is this coming from? We'll have to find out right now. Jake. Uh-oh, Jake, you're muted now.
How about now?
Now I can hear you.
Sure, why not? I thought you were about to say after these commercial breaks, which would have made me laugh. So I can't remember. I'm going to say remastered just because I can't remember when they technically started, because I can't think. It's Rage in the Elements, and I think that they said that they were putting remaster stuff in Rage of the Elements. So I'm going to say remaster.
Remaster? Okay. What about you, Phoebe?
I feel like this is like a gotcha thingy because it's like lies because the book lies in between the two things. I'm gonna say it's playtest.
Oh, interesting.
Playtest? Okay.
Yeah, the playtest version of Dual Game.
And what about Phoebe? Or not Phoebe. Sorry, Beth.
I am also going to say playtest. Which, if I get this wrong, I literally have a kineticist in one of my games. Mind you, he's a single gate, but still, I will get shit for this. But I'm going to say that the impulse feats can be of either element now.
Mm-hmm. So is that remaster?
I'm going to go playtest.
Playtest. Okay.
Yep.
So got remaster, playtest, right?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Phoebe and Beth, you are right. This came from the Rage of Elements playtest.
See, this is why when I do a show and we talk about rules, I have them up on a screen. And when you were
My only
asking,
reasoning
yeah, go for it.
is because I would be really remiss because I'm playing 2 separate dual gate kineticists in 2 different actual plays currently, and my GMs would hate me if I was wrong for this.
Yeah, as the chat had mentioned, no one said mythic, and I told them I'm mythic at Googling the answer, which is literally what I do. I don't memorize any of this.
Yeah. The words changed slightly. They do say roughly the same thing of channeling 2 elements. They just kind of reordered where like the impulse feat is, and they left out the bit about the trait aspect of it.
Yeah, so because you can be a dual gate, but then take 2 impulse feats from like fire or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was right.
Oh yeah. Here's the real version of it as it appears right now.
Oh no, it still is one with the trait of. Okay.
Question 9. Recovery checks. While you're dying, attempt a recovery check at the start of each of your turns. This is a flat check with a DC equal to 10 plus your current dying value to see if you get better or worse. Critical success, your dying value is reduced by 2. Success, your dying value is reduced by 1. Failure, your dying value increases by 1 plus your wounded value, if any. Critical failure, your dying value increases by 2 plus your wounded value, if any.
This is evil.
I'm gonna go first, so that because poor Jake had to go first every single time.
I can reverse the order.
I'm gonna say that this is Legacy. That they changed it in the remaster.
Okay. Phoebe, what do you think?
You're really mean for this. Because this is technically from Legacy and also technically from Remastered, depending on what you're looking at and where the errata lies. You're mean. I'm gonna say Remaster.
Remaster? Okay. And Jake.
I'm going to keep going down the route I am going and being wrong on absolutely everything, and I'm going to say playtest.
Playtest. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, though this is technically part of the remaster. This is errata. It was first published that way with the with the adding your dying value, and got changed later on.
Yeah, it was the wounded part that I was like, this can't be a part of any, like, I know that's not live. I know that's not live, like actual thing.
It was in the Legacy version in the beginner's box. I forgot which other adventure talked about dying values that way, but not in the original player core book of the player handbook of Legacy. But then it was reprinted wrong in the remaster's core thing, but got errata later. So I'm like, what is this lie?
Yeah. I want to say Phoebe freaking called it because she said errata.
She said errata. I think I'll give that to you, Phoebe. You mentioned errata.
For sure.
But you also got it right, Beth. Sorry, Jake. Falling behind.
I told you I am going to continue down the route. I knew it was not a thing that was being used because I know that it was the wounded. I was like, it's not live. That's not real.
It was for about 2 days and everyone was afraid.
Yes. Oh, gosh. I was like, oh, my God. Am I just
I was going to kill my players.
wiping my players out?
I would have killed them. Oh, no.
Question 10. Palm an object. You pick up a small unattended object and try not to be noticed. Roll a single thievery check against the perception DCs of all of your creatures who are currently observing you. You can typically only palm objects of negligible bulk, though the GM might determine otherwise depending on your situation. Success, the creature doesn't notice you palming the object. Failure, the creature notices you palming the object.
Pathfinder, first edition.
I thought you were just going to leave it Pathfinder. Technically correct.
It was not for. They didn't call it first edition until after second edition came out. You know.
True. All right, so you're saying first edition?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Phoebe.
I've never used palm an object before. I'm just saying Legacy because I'm just taking a random guess.
Legacy, okay. And Beth.
Okay, I'm gonna say remaster. There's a couple of things that I'm like, this is written weird.
Mm-hmm.
But so if this turns out to be playtest, I'm gonna be mad about it. But I'm gonna say like
You would be correct. This is part of the remaster. The Legacy version includes a sentence that says you take the object whether or not you successfully conceal that you did so. But that was taken out of the Remaster edition.
It's interesting to me that it says palm objects of negligible bulk versus light bulk, right? Isn't that kind of like the phrasing on that is weird?
Well, I mean, negligible. What is a negligible thing? Is it just like, what am I holding? What am I trying to palm that's negligible?
Right.
Knives are like light bulk.
Light bulk. Right, exactly.
I think it's like coins. Because are coins considered to be light bulk?
Coins are negligible. Light bulk is like
it's like a dagger. What I mean though is negligible would be like a knickknack, something like a pendant or
you fit in your palm.
Exactly.
Yeah, you would probably notice someone pocketing a whole ass dagger on you.
I mean, depending on how good they are.
Yeah, exactly.
A critical success, I think, should allow you to have a light bulk. I'm just saying.
Master level proficiency. Okay, so for this next round, we're going to take a little break and talk about the gods and their dogs. You know about the gods of Galarian, but did you know that they also have pets? Or should I say, sacred animals?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's the cutest photo I've ever seen.
I am going to give you 5 of the Galarian gods and choices about what their sacred animal is. Whereas the other questions have been all about trying to figure out which one is right. This one I'm going to award to the person who guesses it first. Without further ado, I'll get the timer song out of the way. We are starting off with Pharasma. What is her sacred animal? Is it cats, ravens, whippoorwills, or vultures?
Ravens.
Ravens?
Yeah.
Phoebe, what are you guessing?
Ooh. I'm not sure. Fuck. It'd be really cool if they were vultures, but it's probably Raven just because she's goth.
Super goth. Yeah. Phoebe? Or Beth? Sorry, I keep doing that.
I think everyone was ravens on that one.
Beth is also saying ravens?
Yes, I am, for sure.
All of you would be wrong. They are whippoorwills.
What the hell is a
Really?
whippoorwill?
It looks like a little fairy creature.
They are actually little tiny birds that have long been established as a omen of death.
Oh, I just looked at
what
that.
am I
Yeah, I was gonna say, who else is googling it right now?
What the fuck is
I was like, what is a
I like
whippoorwill?
their face.
Oh, those guys!
Yeah.
They're related to fogmouths. Yeah.
I'm now googling fogmouth.
Yeah, like, bird.
The frogmouth, this bird is like screaming constantly.
Oh,
They're
Oh, I know
amazing.
that thing, yeah.
Those things are cool.
Huge mouth. Yes. Though all of these animals have, at some point in different cultures, been considered omens of death, Pharasma's is the whippoorwill.
I thought it was a fantasy creature. I was like, what the fuck's a whippoorwill?
Our next god is Irori, one of the few transcendent gods. Is their sacred animal roosters, snails, monkeys, or tigers?
I gotta say roosters. It's gotta be roosters.
Rooster?
I want to say snails because it sounds goofy.
Snails? And Jake?
It sounds like it shouldn't be a thing, so I want it to be snails in my heart.
I'm gonna say monkey.
Monkey? Phoebe, you are actually correct.
No!
Yes!
No!
I'm okay that I'm wrong. I'm totally okay. I'm
That
so
was
glad
like a
that it's
joke. I
snails.
was trying to manifest that.
Yes!
I was as surprised as you, which is why I included it in this. I believe it's because, given their kind of kung fu nature, taking things slow, steady, being peaceful rather than
Yeah.
typical kind of kung fu associated.
Yes, that makes
elements.
sense.
Our next god,
Shout out to Turbo.
Rovagug. Yes, even Rovagug has a sacred
What?
animal. Is it bedbugs, parasitoid wasps, box jellyfish, or scorpions?
Scorpion D.
Scorpion?
I want to say box jellyfish because those things are horrible abominations, just like him. I don't know what those are. Those aren't natural.
I gotta go the basic bitch answer and say scorpions.
Also scorpion? You
I
two-
got to.
You are both correct.
Yeah.
My home game has Ravavnagug as like one of the major things. That one was not fair on my part. I actually had to get that one right, or I can't even fake being bad at that one.
Yeah. Fun fact, the parasitoid wasps are the thing that made Charles Darwin doubt the existence of God because they inject live larvae into caterpillars that slowly eat the caterpillar up from the inside while keeping it alive. He had no idea that something so cruel could be created with a divine, benevolent being.
Oh,
But also, wouldn't bedbugs have been really funny if that was?
That was
so funny.
yes.
So
Not gonna lie.
funny.
Yeah, like just annoying, horrible creatures. Just
The absolute worst. Okay, our next god is Nethys. His favorite
Ooh.
animal, zebras, pandas, skunks, or orcas?
I know this one.
Know this one? What do you
Yeah. It's a zebra.
Zebra?
Yeah, because it's striped. I mean, technically skunks do, but I'm gonna say zebra because of who he is. Yeah.
They're all technically black and white.
Yeah, but orcas are like spotted, like a cow, and so are pandas, like a cow.
What do you think, Beth?
Skunks. I'm
Skunks?
definitely going skunks.
Phoebe and Jake, you would both be correct. It is the zebra.
That's silly. I love
The
it.
reason I know is because I was looking at sacred animals with my friends like a while ago and being like, "This fucking zebra? Really? I get it because it's black and white, but like, there's so many other black and white things. Why you got the weird horse?"
Yeah.
It's the stripe aspect of it, and I get skunks are striped, but it's a singular stripe versus him being a half of a person. So I think it has to have like the even aspect of it. And so zebras, out of all of them, have the most like close.
One.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Fun fact, they are not horses. They are more closely related to mules.
So they're half of an ass. Okay, all right.
Also true. And our final god. He might be dead, but we should still know what his favorite animal was. Was it
R.I.P.
rhinos,
R.I.P.
hippos, or armadillos?
Are there any armadillo wars?
I'm gonna say rhino.
I'll tell you one thing. He doesn't like praying mantises.
Yeah.
Rhino. I'm gonna go with B. Rhino.
I gotta go with rhino.
Rhino.
That's just. It's gotta have a.
Even though
I wanna
hippos
say-
have the highest death ratio in all the animal kingdom.
It's
I was
true.
gonna say hippo because of that, because like they kill everybody.
They do.
So what's your final answer, Phoebe?
Hippo, because they
Oh,
they
you
kill
are with
everybody.
hippo?
Yeah.
Phoebe, this is one of the questions where you're wrong. In fact, it is the rhino.
Yeah, it had to
Right.
be with that sword.
Yeah.
He's too horny to not have like.
I
Sorry. I think I killed Beth for a second.
So
There you
good.
go.
Illegal. Straight to jail.
I think armadillos would have fit with him, considering he's decked out head to foot in armor. But I guess that didn't do him much good.
I think the rhinos fit the best is because rhinos, their skin has that armor and like that plated armor look to it. And while hippos do have that killing aspect of it, they kill absolutely everything. And he specifically does not kill the weak or the enfeebled. And that's actually a part of his anathema, or was a part of his anathema. Ooh, spoilers. And so I think and rhinos are notoriously kind of pseudo, not, I don't want to say docile, but like they really do only attack for a reason. So
Okay, going back to the rules questions. Question
Ugh.
7.
the only part that I was good at was the gods. Okay, all right.
Yeah, you
You caught up
specifically said in
some.
the Discord, I don't know anything about lore. But that did get you caught up with the rest of everybody, so good job.
And by caught up, I mean like I have to double my score to catch up. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Avoid notice. You attempt a stealth check to avoid notice while traveling at half speed. If you have the swift sneak feat, you can move at full speed rather than half, but you still can't use another exploration activity while you do so. If you have the legendary sneak feat, you can move at full speed and use a second exploration activity. If you're avoiding notice at the start of the encounter, you usually roll a stealth check instead of a perception check, both to determine your initiative and see if the enemies notice you, based on their perception DCs, as normal for sneak, regardless of the initiative check results.
All right, I'm gonna go with remaster.
Chicken.
Yeah, so it has a real chicken.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I mean,
That's
it's not like
incredible. Why do you have chicken, Phoebe?
I have 14
You have 14 chickens?
and one rooster.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
I didn't know that. That's incredible. Okay, now we need to know his name.
His name's Luke.
Luke.
Well, Luke is awesome.
Very cute. Okay.
My mom named all the chickens after the Gilmore Girls, and then after the Golden Girls, and the next one's gonna be after Buffy.
Perfect.
So is Luke after Luke Skywalker or a different Luke?
Just Luke from the Gilmore Girls.
Okay, I have not watched Gilmore Girls.
I haven't either. That's what she tells me.
Okay. All right, so Beth, what was your answer again? I got distracted by the rooster.
I'm gonna say remaster.
Remaster? Okay. Phoebe?
Bro, half my party players don't use exploration activities. I'm gonna go with Legacy?
Legacy? Okay.
Yeah.
And Jake?
Oh, I feel like if there is a difference, it's going to be microscopic. I'm going to go with Legacy because I have used this, and so I know it's at least in Legacy. Whether the change what the change is different in Remaster, so I'm going to say Legacy.
This is Legacy. They took out the whole portion about having the swift sneak feet or legendary sneak feet and just simplified it a lot more.
Because those feats actually just tell you what you do.
Yeah.
Which makes
no need
sense.
to repeat it. Yeah, that's fair.
So, Jake, you said Legacy. And
I did.
So did Beth.
No, Phoebe said it. I said
Oh.
remaster.
You said remaster.
Dang it for being honest.
I just guessed.
Guessing is as good as you can do sometimes, I think.
Look, guessing has gotten me to 6 points in this. All right, so
You got this.
you know what? You that makes one of us.
Punitive Strike. Trigger. A suppressed creature within your reach uses a manipulate action or a move action or leaves a square during a move action it's using. The foe's momentary lapse in defense gives you an opening. Make a melee strike against the triggering creature. If your attack is a critical hit and the trigger was a move action, you disrupt it. The strike doesn't count towards your multiple attack penalty, and your multiple attack penalty doesn't apply to this strike.
I'm gonna say Remaster.
Remaster?
I'm also gonna say remaster.
Beth also says remaster. You, Phoebe?
I'm gonna say playtest?
Playtest. Interesting. Well, in a way, it is, because this comes from the Starfinder field test. going
Oh,
on right
yeah,
now.
fucking
God.
you jerk.
I was like, it's not. This can't. Like, what? I've never heard punitive before. What's that word mean?
Yeah.
Honestly, I was like, is this like one of the things that they changed instead of attack of opportunity? Like, I was like, that's what I was thinking.
The version in Remaster is called Reactive Strike, but in the Starfinder field test for the soldier, they have a reaction called Punitive Strike, which works exactly the same way, except that they have a condition called Suppression that people have to be under because it's all like gun shooting and everything like that.
That's why I thought it was playtest. I was like, what the hell is suppression? That's not in the game. It has to be like a playtest thing, like the weird, like before they had the different things for your, like, God, what do they call it? It was, you had to have high charisma to invest in items. And I was like, is that something like that?
Yeah, that was a bad move.
Yeah, we don't
Is
talk
that
about that. But, yeah, so Phoebe, I'm going to give you that point because it is technically a playtest.
A
going.
playtest, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know Starfire was going to be popping up with this. Oh,
Like
no.
I said, going to be throwing some reactive strikes of opportunity at you guys every once in a while. Keep your eyes. All right, our next question. Blacksmith. One of the backgrounds. If you were a blacksmith or a blacksmith's apprentice and during countless hours toiling at the forge, you learn how to smith armor and weapons. Perhaps you worked hard each day and dreamed of adventure each night. Or perhaps the adventuring life was thrust upon you by a pivotal event. Choose 2 ability boosts. One must be to strength or intelligence, and one is a free ability boost. You gain the specialty crafting skill for blacksmithing, and you're trained in the smithing lore skill.
Legacy.
Legacy?
Yes.
I'm gonna say legacy as well.
Okay. We're at least all right or all wrong, all right? And in this situation, I'm okay with it.
So, Beth,
We stand united.
you said legacy too, Beth?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay. In fact, this appears neither in the remaster or legacy.
No!
This is from the
Playtest?
Pathfinder playtest.
Oh, it's now called the Artisan.
The background seems to have been made into Artisan, specifically mentioning the blacksmith apprentice toiling over a forge while keeping all the same ability boosts, as well as the specialty crafting feat, but it also changes blacksmith lore to guild lore.
The reason I was like so sure, I was like, yeah, it's ability boost, attribute boost, attribute's the new one.
Right.
Dumb.
So, unfortunately, no points for anybody.
Look, all right
That was
or all
good.
wrong, you know? Look, in that situation, we followed my lead, which was bad. All right.
It's good, though. You guys are unionizing.
Based.
Based Paizo
Love that.
Union. All right, question 14. Estimating an item's bulk as a general rule, an item that weighs 5 to 10 pounds is one bulk. We were just talking about this. An item weighing less than a few ounces is negligible, and anything in between is light. Particularly awkward or unwieldy items might have higher bulk values. For example, a 10-foot pole isn't heavy, but its length makes it difficult for you to move while you have one on your person. So its bulk is 1. Items made for larger or smaller creatures have greater or lesser bulk as described in the items and sizes section. Careful.
I'm gonna have to say, like,
Beth, you said what? You give your answers right when the music that I hear does its little like boom.
oh,
Sorry.
sorry. I'm thinking legacy.
Legacy? Okay.
I'm also gonna say legacy.
Okay,
I'm just
so
gonna guess.
I'm actually going to say playtest. And the reason I say this is because it's the 5 to 10 pounds being one bulk, because I know that a medium-sized creature is 6 bulk. And so don't ask me why. It comes up a lot. It comes up a lot. And so a medium-sized creature being 6 bulk, and if it's 5 to 10 pounds for one bulk, that means that they're saying that a medium-sized creature is only
Is
6
an
bulk.
emaciated 60 pounds.
It doesn't. That doesn't.
Maybe.
So I'm going to say play test.
Playtest? Okay. So we got 2 legacies and a playtest. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Pathfinder Legacy.
What?
The
Why?
remaster made 3 distinct changes. First off is a grammatical one. Instead of saying as a general rule, they said generally. But they also changed the length makes it difficult to move to, but its length makes it awkward to manage. And also changed the section to items and sizes section to items and different sizes section.
Oh,
So the rule is still the same. So a person is still typically 6 bulk.
I would
guess-
have to double check on that, but
no, it is 6 for medium. I know that for sure because I had to drag
Yeah.
people a lot.
Yeah, let's not talk about how many dead bodies my party likes to drag around and how
Yeah,
often that comes
one
up,
of my
right?
friends has a deal psychopomps had to bury everyone they kill just in, like in a nice way.
Yeah, which means that they're saying that a medium-sized person weighs about 60 pounds. And I understand that because theoretically, even
Elves,
if
maybe.
elf children maybe. Yeah,
I think I would probably double those numbers if I had to.
I know.
Rewrite
Yeah.
things, but anyway, makes it a little bit easier for people to pick up their friends and firemen carry them out of
Right.
burning buildings and stuff.
It's probably what worked out in the playtest is
Mhm.
like, look, we understand one bulk is about 5 to 10, but any more than 6 bulk for the average human is like doesn't work mathematically, so we gotta just say 6
Yeah.
bulk.
Though I also wouldn't mind people having to be encumbered when they're carrying someone.
yeah, especially like I mean, because that's the aspect of it is like if it's only 6 bulk for a person, then you're looking at like, oh, like I can carry 2 people, and I'm gonna be honest with you, carrying 2 people not easy, not easy at all.
No.
I don't think you can carry a single person.
Like, so it's yeah. Anyways, I can carry 60 pounds easy. I can carry 120 pounds pretty easy. Carrying 2 people is very, very, very hard compared to those 2 things.
Jake's
Especially
over here
when
like,
they're
hey,
struggling.
I have muscles.
Look,
Okay.
look. The one thing I have is not muscle here; it's muscle here. All right.
I've been watching your progress, Jake. You're amazing.
I love that.
Ugh.
All right, question 15. Rage. In battle, you fight with primal ferocity. On your turn, you can enter rage as a bonus action. While raging, you gain the following benefits if you weren't wearing heavy armor. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. You make a melee weapon attack using strength, you gain a bonus to all damage rolls and increase as you gain levels as a barbarian, as shown in the rage damage column of the barbarian table. You have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Ooh, can I say it? Can I say it?
I'm gonna go with whatever Beth says.
I think you all could probably say
Yeah,
this at
this
the
is
same
Pathfinder
time.
1.
Ready? Pathfinder 1.
This is
Yeah.
Pathfinder 1. Like, easily.
There's no bonus.
I was gonna say it's D&D 5e.
D&D 5e.
Oh! That would have been good too.
And what about you, Jake?
I'm gonna say Pathfinder First Edition.
Phoebe, you are on the money. This is from Dungeons and
It's a-
Dragons.
I knew you
It's
were.
a
As soon
strength
as I saw
check.
strength saving throws, and there's no like because like you have rounds that you can rage in like Pathfinder First Edition.
Mhm. We actually don't know what rage is in the remaster because barbarians will be released in Player Core 2.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I am too. I can't wait for that book to come out. Next question.
Oh, by the way, that was mean. That was rude. Rude. You thought we were going to move on to the next question before we called you out on that? Absolutely not. That was rude.
I mean, it's pretty obvious. Advantage, strength saving throws, like everything says D&D. If you've listened to any amount of actual play podcasts, which are predominantly D&D, I think those things kind of stick out. But yes, I am a tricky little asshole in this case.
You know,
son
look,
of a bitch.
this is my first time working with you, Pete, but I'm going to assume that this is just how you always are, not just in this. So don't say, oh, this is how I am here. No, I'm assuming you're a tricky bitch everywhere.
Tricky bitch everywhere.
Yeah.
My players would probably agree. All right, question 16. Pull. Requirements. The monster's last action was a success with a strike that lists pull in its damage entry. Effect. The monster attempts to reposition the creature, moving it closer to the monster. This attempt neither applies nor counts towards the monster's multiple attack penalty. If pull lists a distance, change the distance the creature is pulled on a success to that distance.
Okay, I would like to be wrong first, and I'm going to say remaster.
Remaster? Okay.
I don't think this is real.
Maybe you don't. Happy to
Ow.
throw some curveballs your way.
I don't think this is in anything. Oh wait, maybe. No, I don't think this is real.
Did I just make up an incredible monster ability? Beth, what about you?
So we did talk about reposition earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So I am gonna stick with remaster.
Remaster. Jake, you are moving up in the world. This is a brand new monster
Really?
ability introduced in the remaster because
Oh.
of the reposition.
That's the only way I knew. I was like, reposition.
Yeah,
we talked about
we talked
reposition
about
earlier.
it.
I'm like, no, I know this can't be Legacy. I know that this can't
Yeah.
be Pathfinder First Edition. I was like, okay, remaster.
I wasn't sure if it was pulling my curveball because I was like, I don't remember seeing this at all. But then again, I didn't really read through Monster Core that much because I'm a player currently, most of my stuff. So I'm like, that might be either Pathfinder First Edition or they're being mean again.
I'm going to tell you something about monsters. They're bullshit. So they have a lot of abilities. No, look, monsters have a lot of abilities that players are like, why can't I have that? And then I go, because you're
You're not a
just
monster.
just like Pete, a tricky bitch. So
Well, okay, players get like
Oh, a
hero
lot.
points.
Yeah.
All of this stuff. Like, I want to be able to get my occasional hidden. Come on, give me
Sure. No. I'm not against the usage of this ability.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong, but there are definitely a lot of abilities that monsters get that, like, I know players wish that they could have, or at least like go into a feat tree. Oh God, don't say feat tree. Go get a feat that allows them to do things. Like immediately grabbing someone whenever they hit someone. Like stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, our next question. Removing alignment. You can remove alignment-based spells and effects entirely. Consider replacing monster spell-like abilities with others of similar power. You'll need to replace other abilities that affect creatures of particular alignment, such as the Heavenly Fire ability of a sorcerer with a celestial bloodline, or restrict character options to avoid such abilities.
I feel like this is I think this is another tricky bullshit, probably errata fucking thing. Because we know that they removed alignment in the remaster, but this
But it
could
has to
be
legacy or beyond.
but this could be in the remaster for people that want to play legacy characters that they have not gone over yet. So that's where I think it's a tricky bitch moment. Okay.
Okay, I think I just saw something. I
Okay.
think I'm gonna say PF1.
PF1? Okay. That's an interesting idea. Phoebe, what are you feeling about this?
I feel I'm with Jake on this one. I feel like it's like from the legacy reference thingy.
In fact, this particular rule comes from Pathfinder First Edition.
Oh!
In the book Pathfinder Unchained, where you can see a lot of prototypes for Second Edition, they include rules for changing alignment around, including removing it entirely. And in the remaster, there is no alignment anymore.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was gonna be from the GMG in Pathfinder 1, but knowing that it comes from the Unchained book, that's neat. I love that.
Yes. Unchained is one of my favorite things to reference, seeing the fossils of, or not fossils really, but
It's fossils. It's okay. It's old.
Okay.
Look,
Yeah.
you can make fun of Pathfinder First Edition players. It's okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I was 12 when that game came out. Like, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's not call me old. All right. Also, that is an amazing goblin laugh. I know that is probably your real laugh, but it is beautifully themed.
Yeah, Brian put a good term for it. Prototypes of PF1.
You wounded me. I am dying for right now. Shit. shit.
Phoebe has the vicious mockery ability.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, our next question. Question 18. Refocus. You replenish all the focus points in your pool during your daily preparations. You can also use the refocus activity to pray, study, meditate, or otherwise retune yourself to the source of your focus magic and regain a focus point.
Remaster?
Remaster? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go remaster as well.
Also remaster.
This is Legacy.
Legacy.
And I can point out where it's wrong.
Oh no.
I want a bonus point. No. It says regain a singular focus point.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
I thought Legacy was a single one, and the new one was. Oh.
That's why it says regain a focus point, but in the rework, it's every 10 minutes you can regain another one up to your max.
In fact, the language on the screen right now is the remaster one. It does still say regain a focus point, but unlike the remaster, or unlike Legacy, in the remaster, you can take the refocus ability multiple times, whereas the refocus activity was something you could only do up to like 2 maximum, so you'd always be short focus.
Or it was like up to whatever you had spent last or something. It was something really strange.
Yeah,
It was
I
like
thought.
2 paragraphs long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought refocus was just one focus point for
Then
them,
you have
and then
to spend it again.
Yes.
yeah.
So you do only get 1 back per refocus activity. What the remaster changed was the amount of times you could take that activity. So it takes you
Oh.
a full half hour to get all 3 focus points back if you did in fact have 3. But you could only use it a limited number of times in the Legacy version.
Yeah.
So Jake should use his hero point.
Oh yeah, we have hero points.
You have hero points.
Oh shit, we got hero points. I forgot.
You were kind of working through it. You should use your hero point. and get your
Sure.
point.
You know what? Let's not be that far behind. You know, like I have been sitting at half of Phoebe's score this entire time. Let's just be a little bit higher than half. Yeah, I agree.
Higher. Okay.
And then-
Break that ceiling.
And I was just waiting for Phoebe to be like, you know what? Me too. And then
I was like, should I use the goblin energy? Be like, I want to be double again. But it doesn't work the math yet.
No,
so
not math
we'll
yet,
Wait till
yeah.
later.
yeah. The next one you get right, you can use it.
All right, next question. Oh wait, here's the actual refocus. I thought I made it all fit. Sorry.
No.
All right, question 19. Initiative. At the start of combat, each participant rolls an initiative check as normal. Characters are flat-footed before they act in either the surprise round or the first round of combat.
Ooh. I'm gonna say first edition.
First edition? Okay.
Yeah, because they don't talk about it's got to be first edition.
Surprise round. It has to be first edition because in playtest we no longer got a surprise round.
Yeah. Also, flat-footed we know is not in
the rework.
It's in the rework. It's also the fact that it's saying initiative as start of combat. Each participant rolls initiative check as normal, which is it's not normal.
Yeah, this is definitely.
Oh, it's gonna be 5th edition.
You're all
Hold on.
right. This is first edition.
I'm scared.
It has changed radically from initiative in first edition, doing stuff with typically perception checks, but you can use other abilities if you want to, as well as adding a description about a point notice. So all of you get a point for that. Well done. And you know what they say when everyone gets a point? No one does.
No one gets
Look, I'm just preventing Phoebe from goblin energy right now. Okay, that's my goal right now is just to prevent that double from happening. All right.
I love that.
Sorry. There we go.
Look, I got.
All right, our last question before another special round. Question 20. Metamagic. Actions with the metamagic trait. Tweak the properties of your spells. These actions usually come from metamagic feats. You must use metamagic action directly before casting the spell you want to alter. You can use any action, including free actions and reactions, other than cast a spell directly after you waste the benefits of the magic action. Any additional effects added by metamagic action are part of the spell's effect, not of the metamagic action itself.
Ooh.
I have no idea if this is remaster or not. But it's definitely not. It's either Legacy or Remaster. It's definitely not.
Agreed. 100%.
Yeah.
And I don't think that it's playtest either. Watch Amy come in and be like, no, it's this.
Oh, I know. It's Legacy.
Phoebe says Legacy. Jake, Beth, what are you feeling?
I'm 50-50. And
No.
It's Legacy.
Legacy as well?
I am going to say remaster.
Remaster
I have a
playing
strat.
the odds? Okay. This is from Legacy. In fact, metamagic has not been reintroduced into Pathfinder so far.
It's called Spell Shape now.
Oh, okay. Then I just looked up the wrong stuff.
I'm going to use my hero point.
You're going to use your hero point? Okay.
Yeah. And say, I said legacy the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. In a heroic action, all of you get points.
Because I was like, this is the same. Like, no, I forgot. I had to spend like 2 hours being like spell shape. Because in my scripts for my stuff about the new wizard stuff, so my videos, I was like, metamagic. I'm like, shit, I can't say that anymore. Spell shape.
Yeah. So I am actually wrong about this one, and for that, I'm going to give all of you a extra hero point.
Hey.
On my bullshit. All right, now we have a special round.
Special round, special people. All right.
Final one-liners. Did you know that every Pathfinder adventure path, even back to Rise of the Rulelords, has a final quote at the very end of the last adventure booklet? So for this game, I'm going to show you the one-liners, and you are going to guess the adventure path that it is the end to. You'll get a bonus point if you can tell me the book that comes from. I'm not expecting that. So this one is going to go to the first person who shouts out the right answer.
Hey.
You guys have any questions about that?
No. Oh, I only know like 2 of these.
Here's
It's
the
gonna be
first
fun.
one. You people have stood my way long enough. I'm going to clown college.
Extinction Curse.
Phoebe, you got it right.
Yeah.
It's just a clown.
It is Extinction Curse, the circus-based adventure
The
path.
second book of Extinction Curse is so good. As a circus thing, it is so good.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to run it just because I like circuses and clowns and shit.
Yeah, the
I-
second book, if you want to do that as a single adventure instead of running the whole adventure path, the second book. Peak circuits.
I like the, what is it, Phantasmal Menagerie? Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Magical Menagerie or something.
Either way,
Yeah.
the villain is
Villain.
super cool. I forget what her name is, but second quote: reflexes. That's what you've got. Me, I've got brains.
Ooh,
This
that's
rule-
Mad Max themed.
Is this Rise of the Rulelords?
I'll give you guys a hint. None of these are first edition quotes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What's Mad Max like? Is there something with Numeria? No, that's not Mad Max.
The Sandpoint one.
7 Dooms for Sandpoint.
Sure.
No, wait. Would it be Outlaws? There's Mana Waste.
Outlaws Falcon Star?
Yeah?
You are right.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Because they got the weird lockups going on with the Mana Waste. So I was like,
that is true. They do.
It's heavily inspired by the Guns and Gears adventure or book that was released at the same time, very Western themed. So yeah, I thought maybe the gun that Mad Max is holding might get it right.
I
No,
prefer
it-
Apocalypsy.
Very much so. I like that.
There's no place like home.
This better be. God. No, it can't be.
Can't be, won't be, should be.
Is this Age of Ashes where they're going through the portals?
Age of Ashes? No, unfortunately not.
No.
Is this from like? Oh wait, no. You said it's not first edition. Shit, I was gonna say Reign of Winter. I don't
Here They
know.
have the witches and houses with the Baba Yaga chicken houses.
And they go to like
Mhm.
Russia.
They literally do it.
Is it Strength of 1,000?
Strength Thousands? No, that one is Black Lives Matter. And I'll tell you that one because that is not one of the ones coming up.
I have not played through any of them. I just tangentially know the names.
I'm just going based off of vibes. I don't play adventure paths.
Yeah, I
You?
Oh, you do? I don't.
Yeah, all the time.
I think that they're great and I think they're wonderful, but I am so bad as a GM about like having other people's lore like memorized and knowing that I am so bad at adventure paths because like I'm just like I don't know. Yes.
See, I feel I'd be bad at remembering my own lore.
No, because I can
Same.
just make it up. I can make it up as it goes, and it just keeps going.
So is that
Yeah,
a pass from everybody?
Well, somebody
Oh, wait,
in the
no.
chat, I think, it said it. I think it is Gatewalkers.
I was gonna say Gatewalkers. That's what I was trying to think of the name of it because I couldn't remember because they had the doors. I ran a single session of Gatewalkers.
It is not
Yeah,
Gatewalkers. In fact, Gatewalkers is The Truth Is Out There from X-Files.
Then it's definitely Wardens of the Wildwood.
Not that one either.
Damn. Then I'm fucked.
This one is from Seven Dooms to
Oh.
Sandpoint. You said it.
Oh, it is.
As this is a
Ah.
return to Sandpoint, one of the first and most beloved locales in Pathfinder lore.
Dang.
Next one. In this game, fire represents your life. When your fire's gone, so are you.
The Survivor quote.
It's a Survivor quote.
Where?
The Ruby Phoenix.
Oh,
This is the Ruby Phoenix?
Yeah.
is that it?
That is not it. That one is
Oh.
a Bruce Lee.
Oh,
I know Ruby Phoenix was a Bruce Lee quote.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just the only reason I thought it was like Phoenix, fire, your life force. This makes
There's an
sense.
AP with fire in its name. I don't know what it's called though. Was it fire or flame?
Age of Ashes.
There's Age of Ashes, yeah. But
Quest for the Frozen Flame.
Quest for the Frozen Flame. Good job, Phoebe.
I almost ran that one. I didn't, but it was because it's not on Foundry yet, so I was like, oh, I should make this one.
Yes. This one is actually, of all of the adventure paths that have been released so far, my personal favorite. I think it is
Really?
incredibly well written. It does something that hasn't been done since first edition, which is introduced the villain early on, so that your
Ooh.
players actually start to hate them, which I haven't seen
Ooh.
since Hell's Rebels.
Also, Hell's Rebels. Great name. Great band name.
Ooh.
One of them.
very great name.
All right. Next and last quote.
Oh boy.
No matter how terrifying, I want the truth.
Agents of Edgewatch.
Agents of Edgewatch. Interesting guess,
No,
but wrong.
Ooh.
Ooh. God, that's a cop one too. Shit. What is that? What's that picture of?
I'm trying not to look at it. I don't know about you.
Abomination Vault.
Abomination Vaults? That is incorrect as well. That
I
one
just went
is
with the disgusting looking thing that you have on the screen.
Yeah.
That one is from They Might Be Giants. Is this a pass from everybody?
I think so.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay.
Bloodlords?
Bloodlords?
Uh-huh.
That is also incorrect. This is from Seasons of Ghost.
Oh.
This movie that this comes from is one that I haven't seen yet called Norori the Curse.
Mm.
Oh, is it like a fun Japanese horror movie
Yes, it's
that'll ruin me and give existential dread?
either Japanese or Korean. But it looks really good. I just haven't seen it on one of the major streaming platforms yet.
Sure.
Okay, so
Calm down,
that
Shudder.
is 3 extra points to Phoebe. Well done.
Yeah, that was pretty
What
good.
was that last one, bro? I was like, I was so sure it was Edgewatch too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, Phoebe, you could easily use one of your hero points to double my score right now.
I have 2, by the way, too, so I can.
Okay, do you want to give a hero point to Jake?
No. I'm not asking for one. I'm saying that they could use one to double their score, double
Yeah,
my
and-
score.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, I could use my Chaos Gremlin energy to say I knew that
Exactly.
Noroi was
You have
actually Season of
double big
Ghosts.
points.
Very true. But it sounds like you're holding on to it for that
Yeah.
inevitable death round. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have reached the 2/3 part of the stream, and so before everyone checks out at the end, I want to give you guys the opportunity to talk about your projects, where people can find you, and where they can follow you. So let's first start off with Phoebe.
Hey ho and howdy everybody. I'm Phoebe. I'm a Goblin Magus VTuber, and I talk about all sorts of tabletop games, from Pathfinder to Lancer to Icon, etc. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube at Phoebe Bane. I also am in a bunch of other actual plays that are going on for my other VTuber streams. One's Odessa, one's River the Bard, if you're interested in seeing those. But that's pretty much it.
And a great maker of memes, if I say so.
I can get back to that.
You can find me on most of the stuff I'm doing right now is on YouTube primarily. We also have a channel on Twitch, which is Alt Haven on both YouTube and Twitch. The show I am currently working most on is a show called What We Know, where we talk about tabletop RPGs, gaming news, just stuff that we're just generally interested in and that we want to start doing research on, or have guests on that know significantly more about the topic than we do, that because we want to learn more about it. It's myself and co-host Sam Delev from the Stream Punks, and what was that channel called that was really popular that Felicia Day had? Geek and Sundry. Sorry, that was really a long process of my brain. Sorry. We just talk about stuff that we're just interested in that's going on that we have. We have guests on from Paizo, like we had Luis come on a couple times, and we're going to continuously have Luis come on. But we did like a dragon tier list before the dragons came out and talked about who we thought were our favorites. That's kind of like the big project that I'm working on right now. But we have an adventure path coming out soon. We have a actual play coming out really soon called Whispers Beyond, where I am GMing a bunch of people who have mixed experience with Pathfinder Second Edition, and we're teaching people that have never played, and we are talking to people who have had bad experiences in the past and that are playing it and actually starting to enjoy it. So yeah.
And Jake, I said this to you privately in the Discord, but I want to let the audience know. Jake was one of the first Pathfinder 2e YouTubers with Game Gorgon. Those videos still, I think, hold up in many ways if you want to check those ones out. The thing that I have missed most about between then and the stuff you're doing now, you stopped wearing the fez. I really like the fezzes.
I've got them. I still have them. My head is just really awkwardly shaped, and so
no one. Oh my god! I was about to say, I recognize you now. You're who I learned how to make a Pathfinder character from.
I want you to know so many people have said that to me. Noir Enigma. I was talking to Noir, and Noir was on a show. I was producing it, so he never saw my face. And we were talking, and he was talking about Pathfinder. He's like, "Oh, you should watch this YouTuber. I really love the stuff that they do. It's called Game Gorgon." And I go, Noir, that's me. And Noir goes, "Oh shit, it's."
Like, I literally just thought in my head, like, that's the video I watched to learn how to make a Pathfinder 2 character. Ah, shit, it's him.
Yeah. I mean, we still are, that's in the books, but as I talked before, I just had a son. And so while it's on the docket, my time is drastically limited on what projects I can work on. But I mean, but that's why you have people like Phoebe Bane here to help you out and learn stuff. You don't need to go to me. You can go to new content creators that are making awesome and amazing things. So yeah.
Just put the fezzes back.
I'll go find one.
As soon as you said Fez, I was like,
yeah, fezzes are cool.
That's what I know.
And Beth, what about you?
So I'm the former host of a podcast called Dice Don't Die. You can always go and review our back catalog. We had some great discussions, but that project is over. So what I would recommend doing is two things. First, follow Pete at Rulelords Second E, because I do some stuff over there. And then if you like unhinged takes and random stuff on the internet, my Twitter is at Fatality with a PH.
Yes. Beth is, like I mentioned before, a co-host on another show I do called Review of the Rulelords. We are going to get back to it. We're going to find new third-party creators to talk about their classes, give them a fair shake, because third-party creators, I firmly believe, make just as quality content as Paizo does. They just need the little boost to get that amplification, so we'll be looking for new entries, and hopefully you and me getting back on the saddle and giving those a review. Now that Jake has his fez on, I'm sure that he's gonna be doing a lot better on the last of our 5
Yeah, that's
questions.
right. You needed this whole time.
Oh my god, the knowledge! It's been in the fez the entire time. What was I doing?
I love that. That's fantastic.
Yeah. All right, so we are going to finish off our game. These are the last 5 questions.
All right.
So they're, of course, also going to be the hardest.
Oh yeah, like I'm gonna get these. All right, okay.
Question 21, experience points. At the end of each session, your player character gains experience points. The game master asks your character questions, see text box, and for everyone that you can answer yes, you're granted 1 experience point. When you have gained 5 experience points, you can advance. This means you can increase the value of a skill by 1 step or by a new talent. You never have more than 5 in a skill, and there is no limit to how many talents you can purchase. Also note that you are free to choose any talent you want, including those pertaining to other archetypes.
Monster of the week.
Monster of the Week. Interesting.
I was going to say, this sounds very PBTA.
Yeah, it's powered by the apocalypse, which is or it could be.
Blades in the dark.
I mean, Blades in the Dark. It theoretically could also be
Any of those.
Scum and Villainy, which is also one of my favorites. Yeah, but they're all like they're all like pseudo powered by the apocalypse. But it's definitely not a Pathfinder. We can all agree on that one, right?
Definitely not a Pathfinder. Interesting. Beth, what?
Is this one of the alternate rules in the Game Master
I
Guide?
forgot. Maybe.
Could be.
I mean, don't get me wrong. What the thread that Jake's pulling on, I think, is the actual thread pull here. But I'm gonna go with that. This is legacy content from the Game Mastery Guide.
Legacy content from Game Master Guide. Phoebe, what did you land on?
I was also thinking like some PBTA type game, like Blaze in the Dark.
Okay.
I think that's the correct.
And Jake said Monster of the Week.
Yeah, it's Powered by the Apocalypse. They're all the same realm of,
Style.
yeah.
That is interesting guesses. And it is from a different game called Vaesen, which is not powered by the Apocalypse.
Whoa.
What is Basin?
I'm
Vaesen,
We are
looking it up
all
now.
going to our Google.
Vaesen is an
Ooh.
incredible game of Scandinavian horror. It is all about trying to not fight monsters. You will die, most likely, if you just try to do a Pathfinder hack and slash kind of thing. You are trying to investigate specific monsters that are plaguing towns, see if there are ways to placate them or banish them, or very
This
occasionally.
company did the Blade Runner RPG too.
Mm-hmm.
And Alien.
Really
Yeah.
does incredible stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna use this later. I'm gonna look this up because I love horror games.
Yes.
Everyone needs to go to the game page right now just to see the artwork that's on that homepage.
Yeah, I see the cover
That
for it.
artwork is amazing. It's like black and tan and green, like
Yes.
line art, or not line art, watercolor art. It's amazing.
It's got a cartoonishness to it, but also a seriousness to it that I really love. Just the aesthetic of it is good enough to buy these books for me. But
Also, this is the same XP system that is used in Alien as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's a series of questions that you get asked, and for each yes answer, you get a point. Yeah,
and Powered by the Apocalypse does do a similar thing.
yeah,
At least in Monster of the Week it does, I know. But it's not quite the same as far as system
Sure.
goes.
yeah.
Jason rolls a ton of D6s, whereas in Powered by the Apocalypse, there are only 2 that you roll, typically. But in
Yeah,
Pathfinder Second Edition, you're just trying to get up to 1,000 experience points leveling up if your GM is the kind of sadomasochistic kind of person that wants to keep track of XP
Yeah, I
rather
was
than
about to
just
say.
like milestones.
Milestone, I will die on this hill. Milestone is the superior experience module. Like that's
I will die on the other hill and say that I much prefer XP and experience points because I like seeing number get bigger. It's also because in a milestone game, I was level 4 for a year and a half.
Look, I've played both Milestone and XP, and I will say it's dependent on like your players, but 100% of my XP games, we have absolutely killed people that did not deserve to die because we wanted to level.
There's actually a really hilarious joke in the latest Dimension 20 season where the antagonistic group to the player party is known for going out in the woods and just grinding by killing boars and like
Yeah.
snakes and stuff like that, and they've gotten up to like level 12 or whatever they're at right now. So I think that's a very funny argument about it. Yes, everyone should check out Vaesen. I think it's very important for people to try to play other games. So yeah, experience something new. Question 22. Tethered. This weapon is attached to a tether that allows you to retrieve it after it has left your hand. You have a free hand, including if you've just thrown a tethered weapon and have a hand holding nothing but the weapon's tether. You can use an interact action to pull the weapon back into your grasp after you've thrown it as a ranged attack or after it has been disarmed unless it's held by another creature.
I don't know why I want to say Starfinder again.
I want to say remaster because I feel like you said this is the hardest one because I feel like it's Trixie because I remember them relisting Tethered in All of the Wild. So they might have changed it from Treasure Vault to Remastered slightly differently. So I'm like, you're Trixie. It might be remaster for that.
Remaster?
I am also going to say remaster.
3 remasters?
No. I'm saying Legacy.
Legacy? Okay. Well, it is remaster.
See? Wrong as always.
Specifically, the reason I pointed out is because Tethered was introduced in Guns and Gears, but Pathfinder recently eroded Guns and Gears so that Tethered aligns with Treasure Vault, which has carried over into the Remastered Edition.
You just said a lot of things, and I don't know what any of
It's a
it.
giant team.
Yeah, the important thing to know, this is the rule. Don't use the one in the printed Guns and Gears books unless we get a remastered Guns and Gear, which I would love. Though I kind of highly doubt that we're gonna get Dark Archive, Secrets of Magic, Guns and Gears.
No.
They did give us like a fat errata for Guns and Gears.
Very fat errata. It should be compliant with it, but even then, I'd love an orc version of those
Bullet
things.
Dancer's so cool now.
Next question. The Demon's Lantern is the card of traps and tricks, sleight of hand, and sleight of mind. These will-o-wisps and the man who sought their light represent an impossible or intractable situation. Misaligned, it represents an opportunity or a guide arriving at a perfect moment to show the way.
Is this from the Haro deck? This is the Haro deck publication. I'm pretty sure this is in the Haro deck. It's just
Like
which
the-
version of the Haro deck.
What, like, yeah, is it like, it could be like the first edition? No, because wasn't there an adventure path about the Haro deck?
Not an adventure. Oh, there was.
There is.
Stolen Fate.
I think I'm gonna say Legacy because of that.
Legacy? Okay.
Yeah, because it was in that older adventure path. I think because like that was an entire adventure path about the cards.
I'm gonna agree with everyone else.
That should be Pathfinder First Edition.
So there are two Haro decks that I'm thinking. There was the original one that was in Pathfinder 1. And literally it had like a fold up when you bought the cards, it had those fold up things that would talk about the misalignments. And I bought the now Legacy, the second edition Haro deck. Did it talk about the misalignments? I'm going to say that. I'm going to also say Legacy. I'm drawing this out for no reason.
The first edition version, there is in fact Pathfinder Second Edition Haro deck. It does take out the part about will-o-wisps and replace it with the glowing orbs that represent worlds of opportunity.
Damn it.
So, Brian, you called
I
it.
said-
I did pull outside of the rule books.
Oh,
I knew
man.
where this was from. I knew exactly. I got pulled up in I'm so mad.
I was like, it's probably First Edition, but I know there's a Second Edition one. When was that one?
You said something in an adventure path. I'm out.
Because I was like, yeah, there's Stolen Fate, because that's one of my players really wanted to play.
The Haro deck can be used in Stolen Fate, but you can also use it outside of it in either your homebrew games or even other adventure paths if you want to. They're just a fun little extra way to add some lore.
I want to say one of the things that I have done in a couple of my games now is I have done Haro readings for my players. So kind of like how you would do a Haro reading, and it teaches you how to do it in the book. It is fantastic, and all of my players have loved getting these like glimpses into their futures that I can then, as the DM, kind of make up later, like I planned it the whole time. And the Haro deck is one of my favorite things. That's why I'm so mad I got this wrong.
Our next question, 24. Second to last, cunning. Why race a hare across a meadow or a salmon up a waterfall? Why face a titan in a test of strength? Wouldn't it be better to best your foes with a bit of creativity? After all, the stories that echo throughout history are always those where wits and trickery rather than raw talent or power win the day. You're trained in deception. After you spark transcendence of your body icon, you can feint as a free action.
I love this one. This is playtest.
Playtest?
I don't recognize a lot of these words. Like it and no, it's the body icon thing that is really fucking me up. I know it's Pathfinder. I'm gonna go with you guys and say playtest.
Playtest? Beth, you said playtest too?
Yes.
Okay. You are all correct.
I love it.
This is from the War of Immortals playtest. We haven't seen what the final version will be, though it will also be a remaster book when it comes out later this year.
Yeah, it's the new classes.
I know exemplar. I've made
Yeah,
like 3 exemplar
I
OCs
can't remember
already.
if it was the anima or the exemplar. Like,
I've made too many exemplar characters to not like you be like icon.
I heard universal praise for the Animist. Exemplar, I think, needed some work. So, but I really love.
I just love the action economy.
Exemplar, so I'm hoping we
I
get
can't
that
wait.
version.
I
I
want to
don't
see
care about the flavor. I care about like the weird hot swapping of actions. I think it's just very engaging. I'm like, yeah, I can be a demigod. Who cares? I could have like have my cards and be like, flip. I do my cool things.
I'm gonna end with my hot take about that. It feels very D&D 4th edition.
Good. I'm gonna say good. We need more of that.
Phoebe, we need to talk after this.
Phoebe, how old were you when second or fourth edition D&D came out?
I don't think
Small.
he was alive when first edition. It sounds like.
I had to look up 4E's release date.
All right. Yep. I'll shut up
2008.
now.
I was 8, 9, 11.
Straight to the
I was like 11. I was like 10 going into 11.
straight to my millennial dying heart valves.
But I played hand-me-downs of tabletop games.
You didn't play hand-me-downs of this one, trust me. They burnt the books, I'm pretty sure. Most people. Anyways.
Oh, Lord. All right. Anyway.
All right, this is our last question. Before we move on to that, I want to give all of you one more opportunity to tell people where they can find you. Phoebe?
Yeah, I'm Phoebe Bane. You can find me on YouTube and Twitch both at Phoebe Bane, or as Pete said earlier, if you want to see some stupid ass tabletop memes, you can follow me on Twitter at Phoebe Bane again. It's literally like Phoebe Bane with the word again afterwards. My first account got banned because Elon Musk doesn't like it when you bite people.
Jake?
Best place for you to find me is actually going to be on Blue Sky. While I do have a Twitter account, I am very not active over there. But you can find me on social medias at DM Jake or Alt Haven is our channel.
And Beth?
Social media, you can find me at Fatality. And mostly I'm active on Twitter, but I think I'll be on
We're losing your audio just a little bit.
Oh, sorry about that.
No worries.
Is that any better?
That is a lot
Yes,
better.
significantly.
My noise gate has been wild today. I apologize for that. But yes, you can follow me at Fatality with PH on Twitter and Blue Sky Short.
Yes! Gonna get her on Blue Sky. And of course, I have been your host, Pete, host of the Rise of the Rulelords podcast. If you like what you've seen today, please go give that a listen, give it a rate on Spotify and iTunes. Hey, maybe even find those doohickey buttons that they talk about on YouTube and click those things. They're around here somewhere. Finally, follow me on Blue Sky. I still am maintaining a slight Twitter presence just to advertise for things like this, but I'm mostly on Blue Sky. And of course, you can support me financially on Ko-Fi at Rulelord2. And with that, let's go to our final question. Question 25. Grant and consideration. In consideration for agreeing to use this license, the contributors grant you perpetual worldwide royalty-free, non-exclusive license with the exact terms of this license to use the open game content.
Remaster.
Yeah,
Yeah?
This is the new
All
orc.
for remaster?
I think so. Yeah.
I believe we're all saying orc.
You are all wrong.
Oh, it's
Or
5e.
OGL.
Yeah, OG. Yeah, it's the OGL. It's open game content. It's not. Oh god. Oh my god. Do we know how to
No, it's the
spell?
open RPG thing.
Oh my god. We don't know how to spell.
I can't.
That was the orc. This is the granting consideration language in the orc. Or the
I think
last
you're
one was the
wrong, man.
OGL. This is the orc. Which
Dude, I gotta go home. I had an entire thing about this last year.
the main bit is the
Wow, I did
addition
so
of
good.
irrevocable license. Which the OGL
Damn.
noticeably did not have. Alright,
We
well,
love Jake so bad he left.
I'm the same. I'm a failure.
flipped. He's gone. Died. Dying 4.
I'm on.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I started that and I apologize deeply.
You would, however, be forgiven for thinking that, as everyone thought that the OGL would be something that lasted forever, but some wizards living
Here we
on
are.
the beach proved everybody wrong, or at least tried to. But thankfully, a horde of orcs raised up and helped preserve gaming for everybody. Well, everyone, it has been so great to play with you. Phoebe, you are our winner for today. So with that, I will be sending you a special edition copper hero point from the that is exclusive to this PaizoCon. Jake and Beth, however, I don't want to leave you empty-handed as well. I'll be sending you the normal bronze ones as well if you give me
Aw.
more information after
That's
this.
sweet of you.
You.
You have all been tremendous players. Thank you also to all of you who have watched this during the live stream or watching it afterwards. I hope that you will give all of these fine folks a follow. Hopefully you will stick around as well on this channel to see more Rise of the Rulelords goodness. But with that, as I say at the end of every podcast, don't let the rules rule you.
Hey.